So we've connected our app to Firebase, we've designed the data structure of our Firebase database, but before our users can do anything with the app, we need to add the ability for them to register and log in. So we have our auth page with this register form. When the user fills this in and clicks register, then we want to register that user using Firebase. So I'm going to create an action in our store file to handle this for us. So I'm going to jump to store.js in the store folder, and I'm going to add a new action here called register user. And for now, I'm just going to log out register user. And we want to be able to trigger this action when the user clicks register. So I'm just going to close all my other files here. And I'm going to open up the login and register component in the components folder. So within this submit form method, if this else block is fired, this is the point where we want to trigger this action to register the user. And we can map this action, this register user action, to our login register component using map actions so that we can trigger it from within here. So to do that, we first of all need to import map actions from Vuex. Then we need to map this register user action using the map actions method. So we add this to our methods section here, like this, ... map actions. And we first of all want to specify the store that we're mapping from. And in our case, if we go to the index.js file in the store folder, our store is just called store. So we just want to specify store here. And then we have an array where we specify any actions that we want to map to this component. So our action is called register user. So we just want to put register user in here. Okay, so now that this register user action is mapped to this component, we want to trigger it at this point here when the user is trying to register. So we can do that with this .register user. So now that this action is mapped, we can just trigger it like any other method. So I'll save that, clear the console. So now hopefully if I click the register button, we should see register user being logged out by this register user action. So let's try that. Yep, we can see that. So this action is being triggered when the user tries to register. But in order to register this user, we need their details. We need their name, email, and password. So if we jump back to login register.vue, if you remember, the fields on this page are all stored within this form data object within our data here. So we can basically just send this to our action when we trigger it here. So down here where we're firing this .register user, we can just pass in this .form data here. And if we jump back to the store file, we need to pass this in as a payload. Now actions first expect an object, and I'll explain that later. Then after that we can pass in a payload. So let's just log out that payload. Save that. So now if I fill in this form, so Danny at test.com, and then a password, click register, we can now see this payload being logged out. If we open that up, we can see the email, name, and password. So we can now use these details to register the user using the Firebase Auth API. So I'm just going to search for Firebase Auth API. I'm going to click on Firebase API reference here. And we're going to be using the JavaScript API. So I'll click on JavaScript and then firebase.auth and then auth. And we can see here a number of methods that we can use in the Firebase Auth API. And right now we want to register a user. So the method we want to use is this one, create user with email and password. So I'm going to click on that. And it tells us how to use it here. I'm just going to copy the first line of this example. And I'm going to paste that into this register user action. And we want to replace this firebase.auth bit with this variable that we've created up here. So I'm just going to replace that with Firebase auth. And this create user with email and password method is just expecting an email and a password. And we have those within this payload here. So the email is at payload.email and the password is at payload.password. So I'm just going to change these to payload.email and payload.password. And then I'm just going to add a then block for a successful response. Where I'll just log out response and a catch block for an unsuccessful response. Where I'll just log out error.message. Okay, I'll save that. And I'll get rid of this console.log up here. So before we try to register a user, if I just jump back to the Firebase console and go to Authentication and Users, all of our users will be displayed here on this page. And you can see right now we don't have any users. So let's try and register a user and see if that works. So I'll enter a name, Danny, and an email, danny@test.com, and a password, 123456. I'll just clear the console before I click register. Click on register. And it looks like we're seeing a successful response there. So now if we jump back to the Firebase console and click refresh on this authentication users page, we can see that user's been created. And also this user has been logged in, because whenever a user registers, they're automatically logged in as well. However, when we register a user like this, we need to store that user's data in the database as well, within this users object here. We're not currently doing that. So I'm just going to jump back to that authentication page and delete this user. And we'll modify this so that we actually store the user's data in the database as well. So I'm going to jump back to this register user action. Within the success block, we want to write the user's details to the database. And we can write to the database using the Firebase database API, which we have access to with this variable here. And so to write to the Firebase real-time database, we first set up a ref, which basically just tells Firebase which node in the database to write to. And in this case, the node that we want to write to is users, and then the user's unique ID. So let's set up that ref first. So to do that, we can just do Firebase db.ref, and then we're going to write to users, and we can separate all of our nodes with slashes. So we're going to write to users slash, and then the user's unique ID. Now we don't currently have the user's ID at this point, but we can access it using the Firebase Auth API, like this. So I'll create a variable called user ID, and we'll grab this from the Firebase Auth API like this. Firebase auth.currentuser.uid. And we can add this to our ref now, like this, user ID. Okay, so now that we have our ref set up, we need to fire the set method to set some data at this point in the database, like this. So .set, and we're going to write an object there. And if we look at our database, we want to add an email field, a name field, and an online field. So first of all, we want a name field, and we can grab that name from this payload at payload.name. And then we want an email field, which is also in our payload at payload.email. And we also need an online field. And since the user has just registered and also logged in, we can just set this to true. Okay, I'll save that. And just reload the app. I'll clear the console and jump to the Register tab. And now when we register a user, we should see that user's data added here underneath the Users node, as well as creating a new user in the authentication page. So let's see if that works. I'm going to register a new user with the name Danny, email danny@test.com, and a password of 123456. Click on register. Okay, we have a successful response. If I jump to the database, you can see it's added a new user here with a unique ID. If I open that up, we can see the details that I just added. And this ID here should correspond to this new user's ID on the authentication page. So it starts with YBPN. Let's jump to the authentication page. You can see it's added a user here, and we see that same unique user ID there. Okay, so registering a user is now working. Let's do the same for logging in a user. So I'm going to jump back to the login register component. And at this point here, we want to trigger an action to log in the user. And we haven't created an action for that yet, but we will do, and we'll call it login user. So in this map actions method here, I'll add an action called login user. And this line here, at the point where the user logs in, will trigger that action. So this dot login user, and we'll pass in the form data again. So this dot form data. I'll save that, and I'll jump to the store file, and we'll create a new action called login user. Pass in the payload, and I'm going to jump to the Firebase auth page again. Jump back to this auth page, and this time the method we want is this one, sign in with email and password. So I'll click on that. It tells us how to use that. It works basically the same as this create user with email and password method. So I'm actually just going to duplicate all of this code from the register user action. Paste that in here, and I'm just going to rename the method to this method, sign in with the email and password. Paste that in there. Now in this case, we don't need to save the user's details to the database, so I'm just going to delete all this stuff. And save that, and let's see if we can log into our app. So I'm on the login tab, and first of all, I'll just try and log in with a user that doesn't exist. So let's say jim@test.com, 123456. Clear the console first, and I'll click login. We see an error here, which says there is no user corresponding to this identifier. The user may have been deleted. Okay, so the errors are working. Now let's try and log in with a user that does exist, which is danny@test.com. Click login, and we have a successful response. Great, so now our users can register and log into the app. However, we need to actually do some stuff when the user logs in, such as storing the user's details in our local state. So we'll do that in the next video. Make sure you click my head to subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. If you want to grab the source code for this app, go to dannys.link/smackchatcode. And if you want to learn all of the basics of Quasar framework, Vue.js, Vuex and Firebase, then check out my full course at dannys.link/Quasar.